Let's talk about the Nigerian Exchange Group and one of the licensed dealing firms, Futureview Asset Management, today had a webinar that took retail investors through a step-by-step practical approach at recovering their unclaimed dividends in companies that are invested. Unclaimed dividends is estimated at 180 billion naira in Nigeria as at 2021, and that's according to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Let's take excerpts from the virtual Retail Investor Series by Temiko Kuala, the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange, and Jude Chiemeka is the divisional head capital markets also of the NGX Limited.
Especially those investors with legacy investments done on their behalf, or those who were bequeathed to them, handed down as investments via patrimony or via inheritance. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, unclaimed dividends in our market have increased steadily, having printed at 180 billion as of December 2021. Despite this amount being quite sizable, it represents only 5% of the entire dividends declared in the Nigerian capital market. It is the aim of the apex regulator to bring this amount closer to zero so that all investors get their returns on equity investments and possibly reinvesting in our markets, thereby improving liquidity. The SEC has consistently affirmed that they intend for every investor to get the dividends as and at when due. It is also noteworthy to mention that the issue of unclaimed dividends is not peculiar to our markets alone. For example, markets such as Johannesburg Stock Exchange in South Africa also grapple with unclaimed dividends. According to the CEO of JSE Investor Services, about $68 million in unclaimed dividends are owed to shareholders in South Africa as of August 2022. Our apex regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission, continues to work assiduously to reduce to the barest minimum the cases of unclaimed dividends. They recently created an e-dividend portal to reduce the high incidence of unclaimed dividends in our markets. The e-dividend portal also enables proceeds from secondary market transactions to be credited to their preferred bank accounts via direct cash settlements. Investors are therefore encouraged to register on the portal to ascertain the value of dividends that they are yet to claim. The Nigerian Exchange Limited continues to provide an efficient, liquid, and multi-asset securities platform that offers investors various options, including equities, fixed income, derivatives, and other exchange-traded products, including mutual funds and exchange-traded funds. We're committed to developing the capital markets by providing a market that thrives on innovation and one that responds to the needs of stakeholders in investing and using capital. Finally, I would like to thank Futureview Asset Management for collaborating with us to make this webinar a reality. We'd also like to thank the President of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers and the Chairman of the Association of Securities Dealing Houses of Nigeria for their continued support. I welcome all the key stakeholders and attendees participating in this webinar. I'm confident that the learnings from today's discussions will further encourage more retail investor participation in the Nigerian capital market. I wish you all an informative and enlightening session, and I enjoin you to apply the knowledge acquired over the course of this webinar to your personal investment objectives.
First, let me start by thanking Futureview Asset Management Limited for collaborating with us to host this event, especially Ms. Ugochi for really doing an excellent job in addressing all these concerns around unclaimed dividend. Also, we would like to commend the Securities and Exchange Commission for their efforts in addressing this issue of unclaimed dividends, especially the deployment of the electronic dividend mandate management system. So you can see from the portal that there's a lot of reliance on technology, and I would most thank them for committing the resources to deploy this portal. At the NGX, we remain committed to utilizing technology to optimize intermediaries and increase market access for retail investors. To this end, we have established a digital gateway that will democratize access to markets, reduce market friction, drive retail participation in Nigerian capital markets. Unclaimed dividends could very easily be attributed to a manual approach of assessing the market. I believe that based on information provided today, retail investors will be able to surmount this problem by leveraging our robust digital gateway in accessing the market. The other point to note is that product development is at the heart of the strategic focus as a platform provider. Today, we have over 29 mutual funds tracking different asset classes listed on our platform where they can be traded in a seamless manner. These mutual funds can also assist retail investors overcome this issue of unclaimed dividends. These funds are professionally managed, and dividends are automatically collected and reinvested in the funds by the fund managers, making it possible for retail investors to derive maximum returns on their investments.